Welcome to Facebook Live. I'm Abby, your fitness chick, here to inspire, uplift, educate, and motivate you, just like I am every single Monday night at 8 p.m. How was your Easter? Or is everybody in a jelly bean coma today? I hope not, but I hope you had a really great day spending time with your friends and family, and maybe a little bit of relaxation and some jelly beans, because you gotta live a little bit. Well, every Monday night, I like to come up with a different topic to help educate you and motivate you. And this week, I wanted to talk about energy. I've actually been talking about energy all month long in the Your Fitness Chick group page here on Facebook. So if you're not in the Your Fitness Chick group, go join that right now. You just put it in your search engine at the top of Facebook. It'll take you right to the group. And it'll let you join. It's free. I post lots of stuff there that you guys will find extremely helpful. So go join the group. But all week or all month long, I've been talking about energy because it's a big thing. Because let's face it, life's really hard. We have so many responsibilities, and a lot of times we just drag ass. That's why I've got my giddy up hat on. I know this is backwards because Facebook Live doesn't allow us to mirror and crop anymore. So anyway, I have my giddy up hat on to help encourage you to get really excited about getting your energy back. Life is hard enough to function even on a really good day. So if you're dragging ass and if you don't have energy, it makes it that much harder. So I always ask my clients when they come on board, when they say, I just simply don't have any energy, I right away say, what are you doing to help yourself get better at that? And most of the time, it leaves them speechless. They stop and go, and I'm like, right. So if you're feeling tired, it obviously can come from a couple of things, okay? So obviously it can come from your lifestyle. It can come from your habits and routines. But it also can come from if, unfortunately, you're suffering from an illness or some kind of an infection or even some medications can cause a lack of energy. So those obviously we have to work the best we can with those circumstances. But most of the time there are things that are in our control that we're not doing that we can amplify our energy naturally. Because let's face it, most of the time we're taking stuff to stay awake, right? We're hitting that caffeine, we're hitting those Celsius, we're hitting the Red Bull. I do that, okay? But not to extreme. And then at nighttime, a lot of times we're taking stuff to help us go to sleep. It's this vicious cycle. So what we want to do is we want to find a nice soft medium where we can generate natural energy all day long. So that's where I'm at tonight to come and help you do that. So tonight we're talking about energy. I do have a link going right now. I created an Energy Essentials Handbook for you guys. All you got to do is click on the link and I'll send it directly to your email. It's going to summarize what we're talking about tonight and give you some helpful tips that are a lot more expanded than what I'm going to go over tonight. Okay, so click on that link. All right, so let's get into it. So when you have a lack of energy, it's a domino effect that can cause a lot of challenges in your life. Number one, when you don't have any energy, you have a really hard time concentrating on stuff. And that can make your daily tasks just come that much harder. It's going to take you a lot longer to accomplish things when you don't have energy and you can't focus and concentrate. The other thing is it's going to make you feel very unmotivated to do stuff, right? You're going to feel probably anxious. You're going to have some irritability if you're lacking in energy because we do always have such a big to-do list. Also, you can feel fatigue throughout your entire body. And last but not least, just the few that I'm talking about tonight is you can feel depressed or sad, and it can be amplified when you don't have any energy. So I'm going to go over 7 things that you can do naturally to help maybe get you out of this rut of a lack of energy. And the first thing we're going to talk about, this isn't rocket science, you guys. A lot of this you know. What do you think the first thing would be? Get some freaking sleep. So many people think that they can cheat the system. And, you know, we're always trying to find more time in the day. Cutting corners with your sleep is the worst thing you can do. I'm going to tell you, I'm a freak about my sleep. I make sure I get 7 to 9 hours every night. And you might be saying, shut the hell up, Abby. I have kids. I have deadlines. I have all this stuff. And I get that. I'm at a really good place in my life where all I have to do is worry about myself. but I'm working 2 full-time jobs too. So the reality is, if you're saying you're not creating enough time, you're not creating enough time. It's not that you don't have enough time. Look at your scroll time on Facebook. Look at your scroll time on TikTok. You're effing around at night and not getting your ass to bed. And then that's why you wake up and you feel like shit and you're not motivated and you don't have any energy. So you have to establish a regular sleep routine. I can't emphasize this enough. So the reason why sleep is so crucial, not just besides that you're getting the rest so that you have the energy, it's that when you sleep, especially when you go into deep sleep, it helps your body boost the ability to make ATP. And ATP is the molecule you want because that's what fuels your cells with energy. So if you're not getting enough rest, you're not getting any of that ATP action. So if you create a routine every night, try to go to bed around the same time, get up around the same time, and yes, even on the weekends. I know I'm really creating a lot of enemies tonight by saying that, but it's true. And I cannot tell you how much better you'll feel. During COVID, I used to go to bed at what time I get up now. So I've been on your side. If you're struggling, I've been there. But I wasn't doing anything to help myself. I had such an irregular sleep pattern because we all were all locked up and staying home and stuff. So I went to bed whenever I felt like it and got up whenever I felt like it and got up and ate a donut and napped and all that. And I felt like crap. So sleep is key. So make sure you focus in on that. The second thing that I'm going to talk about that's going to help you get energy is exercising. And I've done a couple of videos this past couple of weeks about if you're waiting to get energy to go work out, you have it backwards. Because when you just move, you're going to create that energetic response in your body. That's the spark that you need that will pay you back with energy. So you can't wait to feel energy to move. You have to move to get energy. Does this make sense to you? So as much as you hate to hear that, exercising on a regular basis, and you don't have to spend hours at the gym. You don't have to be doing 2-hour sprints. You don't have to be doing an hour on the treadmill. I see a couple people doing that. That's just crazy. So create a systematic routine with your workouts. Get that blood pumping, get that oxygen circulating, because when you do that, besides just that energetic response you get through exercising, it's also going to help you sleep better. Because most people go to bed, they're energetically, emotionally, spiritually, just everything LY tapped out except for physically, because most people aren't working out on a regular basis. But once you start working out, your body's physically tired and it's going to make it a lot better to sleep. The other benefit of when you do exercise is you're going to get that hit of those feel-good hormones. And who doesn't want to feel good? So exercising is one of the keys to boosting your energy naturally. The third thing is, again, not rocket science. We've all heard the saying, you are what you eat. Today, we're all Cadbury eggs and jelly beans and Peeps. But you are what you eat. And you know when I'm telling you that if you eat cupcakes and if you eat a donut, which I'm not saying you can't do that. I do that sometimes and I love every second of it. But I also know how I feel and the short window that follows afterwards. So if you plan to eat a balanced nutritional plan, eat several times throughout the day. Now, unless you're fasting, if that's your thing, I'm not a fan of that, but if that's your thing, go for it. But I feel that you're going to serve your body best and your brain best if you eat frequently throughout the day. It's going to keep your body humming. It's going to keep your brain humming, and a balance of lean protein, fat, and carbohydrates. So if you click on the link that's on here, I actually give you a sample day of what my food intake looks like. So you'll get a little glimpse of that. But smaller meals throughout the day. Protein, protein, protein. 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight is always the goal. Number 4 on how to boost your energy naturally is stay hydrated. We have to drink water. I don't know how some people stay alive. They're like, water's and coffee, right? Well, yeah, but it doesn't count as pure hydration. And when we're talking about energy, there's a direct link between your brain, your energy, and how hydrated you are. So if you're lacking in energy, it could be that you're just not simply hydrating your body adequately enough. And the simple rule of thumb that I always tell my clients is start with half your body weight in ounces in water. So if you're 150 pounds, you want to shoot for at least 75 ounces of water per day to keep you nice and hydrated. Obviously, if you're intensely exercising, you want to throw in some electrolytes and maybe boost that water. I know I drink a whole lot more water than that. So staying hydrated is key. And also when you're dehydrated, you feel tired, you're going to impair your performance, and it also makes concentration difficult. You may not have known that. So if you need an alert on your Apple Watch, on your phone, whatever, to remind you to drink water, then just set it. You know, Alexa, tell Alexa to send you a reminder every day on the hour between 9 and 5 to drink water. And you'll get a little text message. I do that. She's like my little assistant. I get so many messages all day from Alexa because we have so much technology at our fingertips these days. There's really no excuse to not be doing stuff like that. So get your water in. Number 5 is manage your stress levels, y'all. If you're in chronic stress, it's messing with everything. It's messing with your hormones, specifically your cortisol level. Your body goes constantly in fight or flight mode, which disrupts your sleep, which we already talked about how important that is. And it also can worsen depression if you're suffering from that. So it's a pretty vicious cycle that you can get stuck in. So whatever your formula is for managing stress, because there's no way you can escape it. We all are dealt stuff every single day, multiple times. And it's just how you choose to react to it. So whatever your formula is, if it's meditating, if it's exercising, if it's journaling, if it's breathing, anything that you can do to help relieve your stress, you have to do it. Stress will kill you. And the thing I always explain to a lot of my clients is this, is that, you know, our fight or flight system was made to serve us in cases of emergency. Like if a car was falling on her child, right? There's the stories we hear about the moms miraculously lifting this 4,000-pound car off a child. So that's when our fight or flight is really supposed to come into action. But the way that people handle stress now is it's if they spill coffee on their lap, or if somebody cuts them off in traffic, or if they are getting harassed by an ex or whatever. All these things throughout a day can shoot off your fight or flight response system. I think I read, and don't quote me, I could be wrong on this, that it's shut off at least 30 times a day in an average American. So what's happening is you're having this buildup of adrenaline that's going nowhere because the fight or flight is made for when you release that lift off the car off of the child or whatever the emergency circumstance is. But what's happening is it's prematurely being projected and that adrenaline is not being released. And that's just creating this influx of just tons of stuff floating throughout the body without the release. So you have to find a way to manage your stress and do it in a healthy way, not by getting shit-faced, because I used to do that too, to escape it. You have to really just cope with it, okay? So find your formula. What works for me may not work for you. You have to find it for yourself, okay? Number 6 is we have to limit caffeine. I love caffeine. It's my friend, but there's also a limit. I mean, I'm 50 now. I don't have a freaking heart attack, so I'm trying to be really strategic in how I do the caffeine. And obviously with my working out and doing healthy stuff most of the time, even though I'm working 2 full-time jobs and I do start to get a little tired sometimes, I'm not hitting caffeine to a ridiculous level on a regular basis. I have some days, but on a regular basis, I'm not. And so if you're drinking excessive caffeine, especially after, 2 o'clock or so, obviously it depends what time you go to bed, but about 5 hours prior to your bedtime, you need to shut that off, the caffeine intake, because it's going to come back and bite you in the ass. It'll keep you up, because what happens with caffeine blocks the chemical that makes us sleepy. It's called adenosine. And when you crash from the caffeine wearing off, that backup of the adenosine buildup can flood in and make you extremely tired. So that's why also, just kind of like a sugar high, if you drink too much caffeine, you can also crash from that. So you've got to be careful with how much you're consuming. Okay. And last but not least, the seventh thing that you can do to naturally boost your energy is get some sun, y'all. Go outside. That's why I love Florida so much. I love it, love it, love it. It's the sunshine state, and it drastically affects your mood and your energy levels. I used to live in Indiana. Hello, all my Indiana friends. But it was depressing as hell there. Like when the sun came out, everybody was like, oh my God, eureka. Because it was hardly ever out, it seemed. It was always cloudy, and that's why people have seasonal depression or lethargic and can have those states that have winter months, true winter months, have a higher obesity rate as well. So get some sunshine every single day, 10 to 30 minutes. Obviously wear your sunscreen. But besides getting the natural chemicals that sunshine produces to boost your mood and energy level, it's also going to boost your vitamin D. And most people are deficient in vitamin D. So that's going to help with that as well. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. Be sure to click on the link, brings in all this and then more information as well. If there's any topic that you guys would like me to expand on, leave it in the comments. If you ever have questions about anything, you can private message me on Facebook. You can email me, support@yourfitnesschick.com. I'm always happy to help, and I answer every single message and every single email with people asking questions about their health and fitness journey. If you need help getting started on a fitness journey, your nutrition in check, changing your lifestyle habits, go to my website, www.yourfitnesschick.com. I would love to help you reach your goals. And last but not least, here's your weekly reminder. Go to YouTube and follow Your Fitness Chick. I'm trying to build momentum there. I put tons of videos there. These videos that we do on Facebook Live now, they're deleted automatically after 30 days. So I load all these videos to my YouTube channel, so you'll have access to them all the time. So especially like my cooking ones, those are always going to be on there. So please go to YouTube, Your Fitness Check, and subscribe. So my podcasts come out every Tuesday. I have a special guest tomorrow, Dwight Dunnigan. It's a super awesome episode talking about the power of intention. My podcasts are available on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I'll see you here next Monday night.